Coming up on Mountain News this morning, officials are taking a deep dive into road safety as Kentucky approaches 90 pedestrian deaths this year. And Elkhorn City is working overtime to help remedy financial burdens left behind by the previous administration.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. Happy Thursday. My name is Amelia Lee. The time is 6 o'clock and today's date, November 14th. It's also time to check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmall for a look at our forecast this morning. Megan, we've talked about the rain. It's been on and off. I feel as I can't see it at this moment, but I can hear it coming in or coming onto the building very loud. So what's it going to be like for our day to day?
Yes, we'll be ranging in intensity looking at that rain throughout the day, but we will be tapering off as we're going into those afternoon hours. And by the time that Friday afternoon rolls around, we should have a break from the rain and will be nice and dry for your weekend. So that's something to look forward to once we get through this patch of rain. But let's take a look at the fog for this morning. Not much that's going on for today. Basically a huge haze over the entire area, which makes sense. We have the rainfall, so we have increased humidity throughout the area because of that water content. And so if you're going to incorporate some rain, and maybe if you run into the fog this morning, make sure you're being extra careful on the road. Current temperatures are nice and cool, a little bit warmer as you're heading towards the west. 54 degrees in Somerset and 53 right now in Monticello. And as we continue throughout the rest of the day, those temperatures will increase to the upper 50s, with some places hitting that 60-degree mark, and the rain will just keep on moving through the area. But next 12 hours will slowly be warming up into the high temperature for today, with rain sprinkled throughout. Amelia.
All right, thank you, Megan. So for this year, 83 pedestrians have been hit and killed by cars in the Commonwealth, according to the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. Natasha Lacey with KYTC says cabinet engineers routinely study potential improvements for all highway users based on need and funding. Despite officials working in the field searching for upgrades, Lacey urges folks to make local requests to city or county leaders, even if it's a state road.
And we always welcome local government to send requests to us because we're willing to review those at any time, and we do that on a regular basis to see what the needs for the public are.
Lacey says communities also have the option to apply for grants and other funding through KYTC's Department for Rural and Municipal Aid. These grants could include lighting, sidewalks, and other local infrastructure projects. President-elect Donald Trump has promised a mass deportation of undocumented immigrants. Heather Hottie is an immigration attorney in Lexington. Immigration can be a sensitive subject for Hottie because her husband is currently listed as undocumented, but she says he's in the process of becoming legal. She says talk of future mass deportation has just made the immigrant community on edge.
This is really a shock to the community, and there is a lot of fear. So anytime someone knocks at our door, our hearts start racing a little bit.
Hottie says fear has carried over to people who are in the country legally, adding those who are legal permanent residents are also scared of being deported, even though they have legal status. One Pike County town is still trying to repair what county leaders call financial fumbles of its previous leadership. WYMT's Buddy Forbes spoke to Elkhorn City's newly elected mayor to see how he plans to move the city forward.
Nathan Bryant has been seated as the interim mayor of Elkhorn City since April, but that position is now official. The business owner was elected to lead the city during last week's election.
I can't thank the people of Elkhorn enough for allowing me to keep serving them and moving us forward.
He says the work to dig the city out of its more than $300,000 of debt has been ongoing for months.
We've been abiding by what the state audit, whenever we got audited by the state, we're getting all that caught up and doing everything step by step. We're going through our ordinance book and redoing a lot of these ordinances, updating and amending them.
But now that he and some new city council members have been elected to serve, the focus on the future begins.
So training is going to be key moving forward because a lot of us are new, and then just listening to the community as well.
Bryant said he has been committed to more transparency with the city's debt, breaking down the accounts in meetings and posting financial statements publicly in City Hall.
We're working with our auditors daily, giving them information to be able to get those done, hopefully by the first of the year.
But he said the future of the city relies on more than fixing the current finances. It requires strengthening the foundation to build on its assets, saying he spoke to Governor Andy Beshear about the vision during Tuesday's New Kentucky Home meeting.
I think he understands, how much we have to give once we can get our finances in order and get everybody on track, get everybody working together, get the proper training. I think he realizes the potential that Elkhorn has.
Bryant says the city, once it is able to access grant funding at the conclusion of the audits, plans to apply for every grant available and begin working with its citizens to create a plan for progress.
They feel hope now. I think before they felt like they were stuck in the mud, and then now we're getting some traction. We're moving forward. It's going to take a little bit to get out of this rut that we're in, but we're working our way out, and they see that.
Saying Elkhorn City's glory days were not its greatest days. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Bryant says the city has been keeping its current bills up to date and is now working to chip away at the debt, hoping to see the audits complete by the end of the year. 9 counties received grant funding for infrastructure improvements at county fairgrounds. Estill County was awarded nearly $82,000. The plan is to use the money for a new building as well as electric and water, parking lot, excavation, and drainage work. A beloved former Hazard educator has died. Ann Quillen died on Tuesday at the Greg Noreen Wells Hospice Care Center. She taught at the Hazard Independent School System for more than 30 years. She was well known for her humor and roles in various community programs. Her visitation will be Saturday from 11 until the funeral at noon at Hazard First Baptist Church. Ann Quinlan was 91.
It's going to be a cooler day today. We saw those warmer temperatures yesterday, but just today we're going to have only the upper 50s as our high. There are a couple places that could see that 60-degree mark hit and surpassed. But for the most part, we're staying in those upper 50s. Look at Wise, 50 degrees is their forecast high. In Logan, 55 degrees, that mid 50-degree mark. But we do have that rain. It's pushing through our area this morning, and it's going to continue to go through us as we're going through our day, tapering off as we're heading into your Friday hours. And as you go through the next couple hours, there you can see that rain still staying with us, and the temperature range is not going to be changing much. We're really going from the upper 40s to the upper 50s today, and I'll have your ARH 7-day forecast in just a couple of minutes. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. When we return, the Republican-controlled Senate has a new majority leader as Senator Mitch McConnell bows out of the spotlight.